one was able to bring lunch to school or could pay regular price for lunch. So Free Lunch Baby was his way of getting people to connect with people that didn't have it. It was for everyone to connect. So what are we going to do to keep his legacy going? I got an idea. Pack a sandwich today. A sandwich, a bag of chips, and whatever else that you would like to throw in the bag. But pack a sandwich or some things today for someone in need. If you're in Savannah, you know how some people are standing on the corner of Victory Drive and Abercorn Street. I see people on White Bluff Road and Abercorn, on the corner of Montgomery Crossroads and White Bluff, downtown Savannah. Go to the Salvation Army and maybe give out some sack lunches. I know it's in the middle of COVID, but hey, people need to eat. Put some hand sanitizer on, tell them you mean well, and hand them their bag out of the window and keep it going. But I guarantee you that will keep what Free Lunch Baby started going, and it will inspire other people to do the same when they see you doing it. So do that today. Let's give back to a homeless person or someone in need. They don't even have to be homeless, just someone in need. If you know of a child that may need some things, if you know of a family that may need some food, they may not have anything for Thanksgiving. What are you going to do about it? Don't be the person to talk about people, but help people. Not only will this bless someone, but it will make you feel good as well. And it will also continue a legacy of a man that had a positive message and positively influenced people. So as stated in WTOC, his friends and family said that he was soft-hearted, wise, talented, and stood up for what he believed in. And I got all of that from him in his documentary. So like I said, you can find it on YouTube. Just Google Free Lunch Baby and be prepared to be inspired. All right, y'all, it's time for the announcements. After the announcements, I will be back with today's positive word, quote, and scripture of the day. So don't you go anywhere. I'll be back right after this.
Georgia voters will determine the future of the United States Senate with a runoff election on January 5th, 2021 for both U.S. senators from Georgia. The voter registration deadline for the January runoff is December 7th, 2020. So if you're not already registered to vote in Georgia, now's the time to register to vote so you can vote in January. Then you need to vote in January. Registration and voting are both easy to do and are critical to preserving our democracy. The fate of the nation is in your hands. So vote on January 5th, 2021.
Do you own a small business? Do you want to get your message out to a dedicated, loyal, and active audience? Then make WRUU part of your company's marketing strategy. Our listeners aren't just passively listening to us in the background. When your company underwrites with WRUU, you're getting their attention, and you're also supporting Savannah's only community radio station. It's an act of both self-interest and community spirit. Connect your brand with WRUU's passion, spunk, and hyper-local focus by choosing an underwriting package that fits your company's budget. Email underwriting@wruu.org for more information. Thank you.
St. Joseph's Candler Health System offers Johnny's Bridges to Hope program, a support group for families affected by mental illness, on the second Monday of each month. Group meetings are held from 3 to 4 p.m. at Candler Hospital. A licensed clinical social worker will meet with families seeking support in dealing with a mentally ill family member. More information is available at 912-819-8498.
All right, y'all. Welcome back. It is now time for today's positive word, quote, and scripture of the day. So, y'all, let's get it going. God gave me just a few things to share with y'all on today. Today's scripture is coming from Matthew 9:29. Then he touched their eyes and said, "According to your faith, let it be done to you. So, things are according to your faith. You can pray all day, but if you're not believing in your prayer, then it's really just hitting the ceiling. I mean, God's listening, but he's waiting for you to believe. He's waiting for you to believe in what you said that you want. You said that you believe in good things, okay? Well, have faith that no matter what, it's going to work out. No matter how it may look, it's going to work out. No matter what man says, it's going to work out. Believe me, I have had a time of when I put so much trust in man, especially when I was trying to get back in school. It was like, all right, how many times do I have to write an appeal? I didn't know what else to say. And I put all my trust in man at first. Just to be honest, I wasn't praying like that. Honestly, I didn't pray. Let's just be honest. I wasn't praying. I had a praying family, friends, but I wasn't praying. It makes a difference when you pray as well. You have to pray for yourself. Yes, it makes a difference for people to pray for you. And believe me, that's where all the grace and mercy comes from. You're wondering how things work out. No, it wasn't luck. People love to say, oh, I'm so lucky, and they don't like to give God the praise. Well, no, it's time to give God the praise, because if you know that you have a praying family, know that their prayers were being answered to help you. If you made it out of things that man honestly couldn't have helped you out of, and you were wondering how in the world did this happen, know that it was faith. It was God's grace. So let's give him his credit. Today's quote is by an unknown author. Things will get better, and you need to trust in that. Short, simple, and sweet. Things will get better, and you need to trust in that. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. Whatever negative thing that you may have had on your mind, let it go. Give it to God. Today's positive word is trust. The definition of trust is to have a firm belief in the reliability, the truth, ability, or strength of someone or something. So to have confidence, to have faith. I mean, in God we trust is on the back of the dollar bill. In the anthem, the word trust is in there. And God is in there. One nation under God. Know that when you trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding, he will make your path straight. Believe in the good things that you hear. Why are we so easy to believe the negative, but we don't want to believe the good things? I hear people, I've heard people say things like, nah, that's not going to happen. Well, why do you believe that's not going to happen? Do you believe that you don't have that kind of favor? Well, it's time to work on that. You have to believe that you have favor and run with it. Don't run with the negative, but run with the positive. So I just want to, I didn't even watch the Gucci Man. For anyone that may not know who Gucci Man and Young Jeezy are, they are rappers, well-known rappers out of Atlanta, Georgia. Young Jeezy, I also learned that his second home is Detroit, Michigan. And that's where part of my family is from, Detroit, Michigan. So I didn't take out the time to watch it, to be honest. At first, I was watching something else, something inspirational, something that would help me, because I heard of the conflict between them, the altercation between them. And if you don't know of the story, basically, they were good friends. Now, I'm going to first talk about how the devil tries to get in things, but then I'm going to talk about how God intervenes. So, Gucci Mane and Young Jeezy were rappers that used to be in the streets, dealt with fast money and drugs, guns, all that kind of stuff. But they changed their life. They turned their lives around. Okay, so they were good friends. They were buddies. They were homies. Jealousy tried to come in between them. Yes, although they say Jeezy was telling one of his homeboys, oh, you ought to go get Gucci Mane's chain. And he actually went to Gucci Mane's house. Gucci Mane shot him. And he ended up passing away. So then it caused him to be in trouble. So then it caused more animosity. But jealousy was trying to come in there between them because they were two rising stars. But they were buddies. And even though Young Jeezy says that he was joking about what happened, about what he said, he didn't really want the gentleman to go to Gucci Mane's house and invade his house like that. That's not what he had planned. But see, when you joke about certain things, you never know who's listening. First of all, the devil's listening. I don't joke about things that I know that can happen. I have joked about things in the past, and it was like, whoa, I should have left that where I thought it. I should have left that somewhere else. So don't joke about things that can really happen. Don't lie about things that can really happen. Don't lie about a family member being sick because you want to get off work. I've heard people do that. Don't do that. You never know who's listening. The devil can turn that around, but God. Those two words mean so much to me. And there's a t-shirt out there that says "But God" by Jonathan Williamson. You should be able to find it. It's a black shirt with gold writing. But God. God has a way of intervening. So the two men came together the other day to do a rap battle to settle their differences. And honestly, I wasn't going to watch it because I was like, all right. It seems like Gucci Mane was still a little upset. Jeezy seemed like, he had let it go. But it's time to forgive. What will it take for you to forgive? These two men came together to forgive in a way of something that they are known for best, rapping. And I know they have probably a list of other talents, but we know them well for rapping. So they came together to release their anger through what they are good at. They did it in a healthy way. They could have had a shootout. They could have done all kinds of things, but they didn't do that. So this is going down in history that they ended it in a positive way. At the beginning of the show, I was like, I don't know how this is going to go because they were both throwing shots at each other. To me, they weren't saying anything positive, and if it's not positive, it's negative. So I was like, okay, I hope they can squash this and just move on, forgive and let go because it's not helping anyone. But at the end of the show, y'all, I absolutely loved the end of the show. Everyone, in the comments, all over on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter was like, who won? Who do y'all think won? I wasn't concerned about who won. They both won in my eyes. They won. God won. God won that battle because they didn't handle their conflict in a negative way. 20 years, y'all. 20 years they were apart. Just think of how much music they could have made together, how many lives they could have touched. But hey, God said 2020, let's make it happen. Let's do what it do. And they did it. And it was just so powerful at the end. The altercation between them could have went left after what happened. So the fact that it's been 20 years that they've been apart and God allowed them to come together to create this event that